discuss. So the first topic I want to talk about, can Arkansas, which is the heading on this episode, can Arkansas, the U of A, and UAPB rebuild their programs to become winning programs by the year 2020? And I want to start it out by talking about Arkansas. I put a little bit of something together, just to represent Arkansas. So let's play that fight song. And then let's give UAPB a little love. Put a little soul in it, Liam. Put a little soul in it.
I ain't got no soul for that one, man. You could probably play this. You could probably play the neck on them. That's all I got.
Put some soul on UAPB.
Hey, UAPB. All you got to do is play neck. Everybody know what that is.
Yeah. So
everybody knows what that is. So what you got for Arkansas? What you think?
So with Arkansas, I would say this. Arkansas, Chad Morrison, he's looking to. I did a little research on them this week, and let me go through the games first. Arkansas lost this week in a tough game to Texas A&M at Texas Stadium. They played a lot better than I thought they were going to play. They ended up losing 31-27. Starkel was injured in the first half. I think that's how you say his name. And but Hicks came in and played pretty good. He had 188 yards passing, had a touchdown, and Boyd added 89 yards for us. I really like that guy. He was if I'm not mistaken, he was on Last Chance U. And that guy is a hell of a running back. He was a hell of a running back on there. But this year, those guys have fallen to 2-3 overall, which is terrible. And just to go through Arkansas in their last real winning season was 8-5. They won a Liberty Bowl in 2015. In 2016, they went 7-6. They lost in the Belk Bowl. 2017, 4-8. 2018, 2-10. And this year they're 2-3. So, looking at Chad Morrison, I think he's a decent coach. I would have wanted someone with a bigger name so he could recruit better talent, because I'm looking at Arkansas roster, and the University of Arkansas, Liam, is different for me than UAPB. They have 42 to 43 players from the state of Arkansas on their roster. Arkansas, I'm sorry to say it, I'm from Arkansas, I played football in Arkansas, I love my state, but they don't have the talent as Texas, as Alabama, Florida, California, some of these states like that. So why is half of our roster, sorry Arkansas kids, I know we want to stay at home and play for the home team, but why is 50% of their roster Arkansas raised players? Like, I don't think that's a good combination. I think the University of Arkansas should actually be 20 to 25% at the most. I think UAPB should be 50 to 60%. But it's funny because UAPB only have 20 players from Arkansas. So they're only at about 18 to 20% of their roster from Arkansas. And then, reading a little bit on Chad Morrison, it seems like he wants to recruit hard from Memphis. He want to go after 3 to 5 good players from the Memphis, Tennessee, West Memphis, Mississippi area every year, because he feel like it's a lot of talent in there. And he's already had 15 commits this year for the class of 2020. 2 of them from Memphis. He want to recruit a few more. So, I don't know if they're headed in the right direction. I'm hearing a lot about this KJ Jefferson kid, because Arkansas always has a quarterback that can't really move, can't really get around, is not the greatest pocket passer. But then you got a kid like KJ Jefferson, who I'm hearing is an athlete that can move around. Why not give him a chance as a true freshman? Why not put him out there and let him get his feet wet a little bit and get used to the game so he can be ready his sophomore year? So I would say they have Boyd returning for another year, so that means you could recruit a couple of running backs and let them sit under Boyd for a few years, for another year, get a few more carries and develop them. Jackson and Burke, who are freshman receivers, who are supposed to be studs, who are supposed to be really good. One from Warren, I think the other one is from Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you know them. But both of those guys are true freshmen, and they're supposed to be studs. I think Arkansas I can't say if Arkansas is headed in the right direction, because I don't know what they have coming up. I don't know how good Boyd and Burke are going to be. I mean, Boyd, Burke, and Jackson are going to. I know how good Boyd is, but I don't know how good Burke and Jackson are going to be, and I don't know how good KJ is going to be. Or will they go for a transferee, somebody like Martell, somebody like that who's experienced, and put KJ on the bench for another year, or do you just go with the freshman? So by 2021, I can't really say from Arkansas, I don't see 9 wins in their immediate future. Now, this will surprise you. For UAPB, I do see that. I see UAPB headed in the right direction with Coach Cedric Thomas. I see him doing some good things. They're 3-2. They've played each game tough. Even the Southern game, even though they were blew out, it was a blowout at the end. It still was a tough game. They was in the game until the fourth quarter. I think they're headed in the right direction. I think they need to pull more players from the state of Arkansas, though. I think some of them players that went to Arkansas need to come to UAPB. They need to try to get some of those players.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you went back, I want to go on this Arkansas thing. Number one, you said it got too many players at Arkansas. If you go look at Moore's recruiting class, he had a stud recruiting class last. One of the best recruiting class in Arkansas history. He's probably the best recruiting. Yes. Okay. And this year's class is going to be good, too. And if you look at that recruiting class, he got maybe 3 players from Arkansas. He going to Texas. He going to Georgia. He getting players from Florida. He got a player from Tennessee, top players. And I'm talking about he's beating top schools for these players to bring him here. So he's getting that. He's getting some players this year, some athletes. Not a lot of Arkansas players. They're sprinkled in with, an athlete from Arkansas that could run or something like that. But other than that, he's going out of state for players. And I think
he's not him. 40%. Are you saying that's from the old regime?
That's on the roster right now. No, that's on the roster right now.
Okay, so you saying that's going to kind of turn over?
Yeah, he's turning it over.
Okay.
So the last classes that he has, if you look at his classes, if he had 23, 24 players for Arkansas, it's like 20% Arkansas.
Okay.
Or 15% Arkansas.
That's good. That's what you need. Because when you play in
Alabama,
you ain't finna beat them with a bunch of Arkansas players. I'm
sorry. No.
Yeah.
So he's going long. So if you think about it, it's more of a long-term deal because he had to switch over a system, a power system to a spread system. He had to get the linemen's mentality different. That's why I don't want KJ playing right now because I don't want him to waste the eligibility year on it. Now, he does in the college. You get 4 games. You can play 4 games.
That's what I'm saying. So, play him those 4 games so he can get that experience.
Last 4 games. Yeah,
that is smart. He could play the last 4 games and still redshirt that year, right?
So because
smart,
so I want them to get better, the team to get better around him, so that he could come in, play those last 4 games, and then put him in the best situation possible. Because I don't want you to put him in a situation right now where you're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find yourself. You need to make sure you're getting your receivers acclimated, your line acclimated. So now when you get him in, he could just come in and it's more of a smoother transition for him to come in and play. But on that end, Arkansas, they're not going to win none this year. Next year they may win 5, 6 games. But the next year, his 4th year is the year that I'll be looking at it. I remember Scott Frost in Central Florida winning 0 games his first year.
Yeah.
Scott Frost in Central Florida didn't win a game. By his 3rd year, that's when he went undefeated. Now he's
But do you believe in this guy? Do you think he's going to actually take Arkansas back to glory?
I think for him to be successful, he has to be able to have a dual threat quarterback. Teams like Arkansas, even with Clemson, before Clemson got Clemson, what they had to do was they couldn't beat Alabama on the line of scrimmage. Alabama will win that battle every time.
Yeah.
What they had to do was they had to beat them, on the outside and get a quarterback to give them a chance to avoid that type of line, avoid Alabama's pass rush.
Yeah.
So once they were able to do that, gave him a quarterback like Deshaun Watson that was able to make plays, it gave him a chance. So that's what's going to have to happen in Arkansas. Arkansas should be a team that should always have a dual threat quarterback. That's the only way they're going to have a chance. Because they got to get a guy that can make plays when stuff breaks down. Because they're not going to get the best line.
Arkansas love these traditional drop-back quarterbacks that can't throw.
This is the thing, though. When they hired Bielema that was automatic. He was always going to get a pocket quarterback. That's what he wanted. He wanted a pocket quarterback because his system is made for pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why he went and got that big boy from Louisiana that was 6'7", 240 that came from Cole Kelly. That was his guy. He wanted a guy like that. So your hires kind of dictate that. I wanted them to go get somebody like a Dino Babers that's at Syracuse. Chad Morris is fine, I guess, because he's recruited. But I want them to get a innovative offensive guy.
Yeah.
You know, Texas Tech know that they ain't gonna ever run over Oklahoma. So they're gonna go out and get somebody that can throw it around a little bit. They need to get a mobile quarterback, a dual-threat quarterback, read out. That's what Texas A&M did to beat Bama. They didn't have a good team in Alabama, but Johnny Manziel was the factor. So it's going to be there. UAPB, of course, heading in the right direction. He redshirted everybody last year, so he's building for long term. They're going to keep getting better. They're playing good ball. So, of course, I can see UAPB doing it faster than Arkansas. Arkansas is definitely a long-term. They best players really are the freshmen.
Yeah, it's like when I watched UAPB and I saw them in 2012 go 10-2, win the SWAC, and ever since that season, those guys are 13-53, and you wonder, you ask yourself, how can a team build a team good enough to go 10-2, lose 2 tough games that season? It could have been 12-0, lost 2 tough games, and win the SWAC, and then the next 5 or 6 years go 13-53. Like, that's unbelievable. So they got the right coach in there, obviously. Like you said, he redshirted everybody last year. You got Patrick and Perry, who are sophomore and juniors at quarterback. So one of them got 1 year left. The other one has 2 years. So you're going to have an experienced quarterback for the next 2 years. So that's good. So you can start developing a quarterback behind them. And then you have, you're going to be losing Porter. You're going to be losing Porter and Williams, the 2 lead rushers the last 2 years, going into after this year. So you're going to have, hopefully they're developing new running backs, somebody ready to come in and step in. And then they got Ralph and they got Ballard, who are both receivers that's going to be returning for the next 2 years. So those guys should be able to help, build that program. The only thing that I don't like, what I researched, was that we had 20 players from Arkansas. I just think that's a bad I think it's a terrible combination for Arkansas to have more players, like I said, because you're trying to beat the likes of Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Georgia, teams like that. You're not going to beat them with Arkansas level talent. I would be surprised if Arkansas had 2 athletes that were 5-star players, So, but UAPB, they could use those 1, 2, 3-star. If they could get a 3-star, they're doing good. So if he could recruit some players like that, yeah, I think he could build a winning program. I think they might end with a winning record this year. They might go 6-6. 6-6 or 7-5 if they're lucky, something like that. But all in all, I don't really think that they're going to be a team to beat in the SWAC this year, but I do see them in the future being a good team, and I like the direction that Cedric Thomas is headed with this team. So we're going to give Cedric Thomas a big Ali. Congratulations. Because for UAPB and for us, he's our Ali. He got to turn it around.
Well.
Yeah. So, anything else on that, Liam, before we move on? Anything else on the Razorbacks? Anything else on UAPB?